Late game, this may not be a track. Unless you are Rico Oshi and you desperately need to do Rico only formations, then yes, get this Rico done. Sometimes you just have to look at the greater picture. How's it going? XPPlayer here and welcome back to another SIF All-Stars video. Where today, we have the party cards, finally. Wow, I mean, it's one of those rare times where I can actually upload on time. Lovely stuff. So we do have the party banner with Riko-chan, and we do have some other info, and we'll go through those a bit later. First off, party banner, the most important thing, let's just get it out of the way. So this is available from tomorrow at 1500 GST until 28th of June. So yeah, 2 weeks time for you to consider whether you want to get this card or not. So yeah, without further delay, we have our party UR, Riko-chan here. She is an elegant voltage type. And as you can see here, stats are pretty powerful. Yeah, party URs, they're basically almost fest URs at this point. It's just that, you know, sometimes they have their specific situations, like their skill here. It's a hybrid skill between a voltage, a gain voltage skill, and gain appeal skill. Now, here's the thing. Since it's very powerful, it only has an 11% activation chance. So yeah, think of it as you will. I think of it as not really that beneficial, especially when we look at her ability. Yeah, her passive, sure, it is quite powerful, but it is targeting all members, so you aren't getting the most benefit out of it because you're literally reduced by 1. The effectiveness is literally just right off the bat reduced by 1 because it's targeting all members. Yes, I know, it is a buff skill, but it would have been better if it was targeted on, say, group, you know, everyone else. That would have been an extra 1% there, but it ain't happening. But yeah, her ability here is a crit power. What this tells you is that this card here, Riko-chan here, is pretty powerful if you're just aiming for extra voltage. And unfortunately, that seems to be the limit of this Riko-chan here, because with all the intense SP appeal chances that you're pulling off for the expert songs or challenge songs, this may not be that useful until we perhaps have another elegant expert song that just needs you to spam voltage, which in that case, this Riko-chan is actually very powerful. So yeah, have a look out for those. Now, of course, there is the benefit that her hybrid skill here can bypass your voltage cap. So technically she does have better use on the mid game. So yeah, it depends on your purposes. She's not that powerful relatively on the very late game, but you can use her as a sort of transition card. So yeah, with that said, costume here is Forest Symphony, not to be confused with the Flower Symphony card. Yeah, they're very similar, it's just that, you know, in the forest, you may have a lot of flowers. That's probably just the difference, I guess, but yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, with that said, on to our SR, we have Kotori-chan here. She is a pure voltage type. Dang. What is mine with pure voltage and pure cards in general? It's like they're really shifting the focus from active to pure these days. But yeah, as you can see here, very high stats, essentially. It's not the broken 9k stats, but it's actually almost there, so technically you could say it that's the case. Problem here is that her skill is voltage gain, so yeah, it might be quite limited in terms of like buffing your cards, but in the early game, honestly, any buff works, so it's not necessarily a flaw per se. But as you can see here, it does buff Muse for everything here, her skill and abilities, so use that accordingly. And yeah, if you have Muse cards, just pair this with, you know, pair this Kotori with anyone Muse, and you're pretty much good, honestly. You can't really go wrong with it. So with that said, costume is a song for you, and yes, of course, it's typical angel-like design. So that's pretty much all I can say for this, I guess. Verdict: Scouts only if you're on the early game or mid game. Late game, this may not be attractive. Unless you are Rico Oshi and you desperately need to do Rico only formations, then yes, get this Rico done. Otherwise, I think at this point it's better to just save up for 3rd anniversary. We still have like around 3 months before we actually reach that point, and at the pace of around 2,300 to 2,500 star gems per month, yeah, you should have been saving 2 months ago. But yeah, it depends, honestly. It depends on your preferences. If you just don't care about those sort of things, I guess just do you, honestly. It's just a recommendation. You don't have to follow it like to a T. Yeah, with that said, we do have the Nijigaku Bon episodes, so you can go ahead and read that. These will be available starting tomorrow, also, I believe, from 1500 GST. So, I don't think there's much of a delay here. I mean, as of now, actually, you can still read all these stories for free without necessarily having the bond levels to unlock it. So technically you can actually just go through these without necessarily getting their bond levels up to the desired level, and this will be very useful, you know. If you want to catch up on the girls' stories and all that, it is very, very recommended for you to actually go get these. Just read them at the very least. So yeah, currently I only catched up to Kasumi and Shizuku's story, so yeah, there's that. So that said, on to the DLP. DLP is available again from tomorrow, 1500 GST. It's always the mid-month update, so there's not really too much special that it has to be that date of the month. So yeah, for the cards we have this time around, we have first years for our limited stage for this time, and there is no new expansion. Yeah, it's only the limited first years only, first year's bonus. So if you have focused on first years that much, just like with me with Shizuko and Kasumi, yeah, I would have an advantage. But it doesn't really matter at this point. I think most of you just already cleared the parades at this point, so I guess there's not much to talk about. Unfortunately, there aren't any new updates to the medal exchange yet. Minor Games, please catch up with that on pronto, please. Please, please. We might need new things, new permanent things. Just saying. But yeah. And then finally, we do have the spending section. Now, of course, we have the Aqua 6 Live Windy Stage. This is priced at 3,060 yen. And for basically everyone in the world, good for you. The Japanese yen is currently at a weak point today, and it is basically much cheaper than you'd normally get it. The usual ratio is $1 to 120 yen. Now it's like around 130 yen actually. So yeah, another extra 1/12 to your value of your US dollar. So yeah, you may have inflation, but you know, Japan has been staying the same for so long that basically you have a lot of spending power. So if you want to buy these sets, have fun, I guess. You're getting 500 paid star gems and 3 shirts for Aqua, and yeah, that's it. And then for the star gem sale, it's actually the exact same thing. Nothing has changed here, so yeah, boom, here's the price, here's the info, we're done. And yeah, that's it for this update for today. Dang, this was pretty quick. But yeah, I don't think there's any new updates I have here. We do have the Starlight Expert. Problem is, it's one of those expert songs that are just, hey, if you have the brute power, you can just S rank it. So yeah, that's basically me with global at this point. I literally just brute forced it and I got S rank from that. So we're gonna end that here. In fact, we're gonna actually put that as our B-roll for this segment here. So yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that has been going on, but I mean, overall, yeah, I think I'm probably gonna upload something on the other channels that I have. We'll see, but I plan on putting like a proper update on one of those channels to kind of like talk about the situation. And yeah, that's my mention for today. Starlight Expert. The main feature of this is really just that, yeah, are some damage notes, but technically if you have enough recovery, so if one recovery and one powerful shield is really enough to get through most of these things, and cool cards are a decent boost because they will have their skill rate boosted during appeal chances. So you want to focus on cool cards no matter what. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say with Starlight Expert, honestly. It's literally grab some cool cards. If you have powerful recoveries or shielders, grab 1 or 2 of them, you're pretty much set. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much really to talk about this song, unfortunately. But yeah, with that said, that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more All-Stars videos. Yeah, I think next one, hopefully we should be able to make that in time when the update comes, I think, where the new info drops in. Yeah. Anyways, with that said, that's it for me today. Happy birthday, Mari-chan. Almost forgot to say that in the beginning, but I said it here. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. XP Player out.
マリちゃん、お誕生日おめでとう。これプレゼント。うわ